What's up, everybody? You are now listening to Save It for the Booth, where opinions meet truth and lies get the boot. With your girl Cocaine and Punk.
Do women down women more than men?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Why? Why is the
Ask,
question?
go
Go ahead, Montana. You got it.
This is all yeses around
cons-
the board?
I'm
Yes.
surprised from
Wow.
Cocaine because she think women don't do shit.
Wow.
But anyway,
Yes. I think that women are more judgmental of other women.
niggas,
I really do. As
it was
as
empty.
cocaine really just said that
So what's
coming
up?
into with those Walmart Converse, she was judged. She was judged. We downed her. Just like I get downed about me wearing weave
By other women?
by
I don't down you about wearing weave.
by the siblings
that be looking like trash.
that be wear the Walmart Converse.
First of all, those didn't come from Walmart.
where
I
they
don't
came
know
from?
where-
Amazon.
I don't know where
Prime.
they came from, but
But anyway, like, yeah, I think women down other women a lot. I think, like, when women go to clubs and stuff, like when they go out, I think okay, for example,
You
when a
want-
group of women is going out, you and your homegirls going out, they always ask each other, what you finna wear? What you wearing? What you wearing?
I don't do
what
that
you
no more.
wearing? Because somebody got to make sure that they look better than the other person. They got to make sure that story time. I went out with a group of
Story
females.
time.
I went out with a group of females and they was dressed half naked. And me, I had on clothes.
that's
Like
tan,
I was
shorty.
clothed all the way. Was nothing showing.
And
Probably had
niggas
a
was
look-
at you.
And they would no. I mean, niggas was at me. Because I dance. That's the only reason why niggas was at me, because they was sitting still. You gotta sit still when you got on them
Ass.
heels because your feet hurt.
Not all of
Bars.
them. Shit, you gotta know how to walk in them joints.
But they can't move how I move.
all right.
Mm.
So
But
Throw that
they
ass
was
in a
like,
circle. Hey,
they
throw
was
that ass
like-
in a circle.
Dag, all of us half naked and you dressed. I ain't understand.
Bitch,
ain't-
I'm the shit.
I ain't understand because I'm like, I can't be like how y'all is because it was lace.
it
Like,
just wasn't your move.
it wasn't my move. It was like nipples was showing through the lace thingy
That's trash. Like, why do females think like
Because
that's
they
what
like-
niggas want?
because they feel
Some
like
dudes
as
do
though
want
like
that.
that's
For
what-
the
that-
night?
Yes, and
Yes.
that's probably all they. That's
For the
probably all
night?
they-
Yes,
and
that's
they
what
probably know it
niggas
too,
be
though.
looking at. Like a lot of niggas do be looking at like
I'ma go at the wholesome chick before for the night chick.
they be.
I ain't a
I
one
don't.
night stand
I'm
type
not
of
the.
nigga.
I'm not the type. I'm not the
Mm.
type of female. See, they do that because one got to be somebody got to look better than the other one. So I see what you got on. I'm gonna know what you putting on. I want to know what shoes you putting on. Okay. So I know what she putting on. So now I'm finna put on this.
I'm gonna say this, right? And I don't know about like the generation now. I know about like how my generation was back then with me and my friends. We always did that. We always was like, oh, what you was wearing? What are you wearing this? What are you wearing that?
'Cause
And
y'all
they
was
To
wanted-
matching.
make sure they
And-
want.
No,
Maybe it
They
was,
was
matching,
matching.
but maybe somebody had to look better than the next
No,
person. 'Cause I
and-
bet you
and
somebody
that's
was
what-
dressed differently.
and that's what I'm finna say, because in my mind, when I was younger, I wasn't confident. So when
'Cause you
I
was
was
chunky.
when
It was chunky.
I was properly proportioned, guys.
Properly proportioned.
Yes.
Or plumply
But
proportioned.
I wasn't confident, so when I would ask my friends or they would ask me or whatever, I would try to find something that either upscaled it or looked just as good, because that was my mentality. That was the truth for me back then. Now, as I've gotten older, when we going out, and we don't go out that often, the only thing we say is, are we wearing J's, Nikes, or heels? We just trying to see what the vibe is. That's it. Because we all gonna go in
No,
as a
I
collective.
asked, can you wear gym shoes?
You
Well,
want to know
I'm
what I
talking
hate
about me
that
and my
women
girls
do?
though. Now that's what we do. Hold on, Punk. Let me finish. Right.
I thought
That's-
you was.
That's because Montana interrupted me. But that's what we do now because we older. So we ain't trying to go out there and compete with each other. We just trying to go out there and have a good time. But I do feel that
That's what you think.
women, but see, if I go in there with that mentality, then what is that really? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna be rocking with them if I think that I got to be in competition with them or they got to be in
I
competition
ain't saying
with
that
me.
they got to be in competition with. I guarantee you, it's 5 of y'all. 1 out of 5 is in competition.
Sure, probably. But that
Maybe
ain't
even
mine.
2.
But competition, that ain't the same as downing.
They be
Right, so
they
that's
they
what I
be
was
they
saying.
being they gotta be on top.
It's like shade. You know what I'm saying? Like, some females do be throwing shade.
I gotta get more attention.
And they can
attention
do
to
it
you.
in a more like polite type of way, if you will. You know, I'm trying to think of an example.
I'm trying to let them get their shit out.
Sometimes I've gotten shade from people, you know, that I used to rock with, and I think
Is that downing though? Is that like?
Shade is
shade
downing.
is downing though. Shade
is downing.
Yeah, it's like you hating, like you ain't saying nothing positive, like you throwing shade, but you trying to do it in a way where you think I don't really know what you doing.
Mhm.
And that's when you start realizing, like, yo, you doing this one too many times. What's really good?
Yeah, I don't really.
But
like
I don't know
you.
why females. Well, like Punk said, like, when you start being more happy with yourself and comfortable with who you are, like, you ain't gotta throw shade. You ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta compete. You ain't gotta try to compromise yourself for, you know, some people that's supposed to be your friends. Go ahead, I'm done.
This is what I
he been
hate
waiting.
that y'all do.
What?
Y'all talk shit about another female. And look, she fat, she this, she popped it. Then your friend will be fat, popped it. You fine, girl. Well, stop lying to your friend. You can't call this other girl fat that's smaller than your friend and tell your friend she fine and ain't fat. Stop.
I
Stop.
so
You sending her off.
Yeah, I ain't sending my friend.
Yeah,
off.
I'm not
That
either.
shit is
That's
annoying
like-
because
that's
then
like when
they
you let
walk
your girl go
around
out.
with these big ass heads like they the shit. And again, I'm the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so I have no problem with you being confident. But don't talk
about
shit
heads,
about the
bro.
next person. Don't do it. Do not talk shit about the next person because you don't like them. And that's all it be about. I don't like her. She ugly. She this, she that.
That's
And
childlike.
Your friend
That could be your
ugly.
friend-
that
She
could be your
all of
friend,
that.
twin sister.
But because
That's-
you like her, she
that's
cute.
mad
Hey,
childish.
That could be your friend,
friend,
twin
you
sister.
cute today. Dang, where you get stop?
Bro, who
She
you
ain't
know?
cute
Where that
today.
voice from? Where you get that voice from?
That's how the post be looking when I be
Oh.
seeing them. This bitch fat, and then I see her fat friend, and she, oh, you fine friend. Look at, she fat too. Why you ain't tell her that? And I don't think there's nothing wrong with fat people. I'm just saying when I see those
what you
posts.
Why they
Against
just
fat
can't have
people.
No,
healthy
I'm
bones?
just saying the post I
What's
see when I see that shit, it be like, gee, tell the truth
Why
to
they
your
can't-
friend.
Why they just can't have healthy bones, bro? Like,
I'm
why they gotta
saying
be fat?
I see a post. She fat,
You
she
talking about I got a
ugly,
problem
she
with
this,
fat
she
people,
that.
like-
No, I said I don't.
I know. You
She
just-
fat, she ugly. Like you see them posts, all because they don't like a person. Then they take pictures
Add
with
me
their
to
buddy
whatever pages you be
and be
following,
like,
bro,
"Ooh,
because
we
I
lit,
don't
we fine.
know
Ooh,
where
you
that exists
fine."
at.
She fatter than a girl you was
It'd
just
be
calling
It'd
fat.
be a fat girl in some fishnets and some lime green heels. You
So-
be like, ooh, why did
That's
you tell your
like
friend
you
to
let
come out
your
like that?
friend, right? Like you bogus because you let your friend go outside like that, and the girl would be like, "Is she really your friend?" And she let you go outside with that
and
on.
that's the point. She like, you gonna call these other girls fat and ugly and all this, but you gonna hype your friend up. How much sense it make? I hate when I just hate that. Like I don't know. I can't
I don't
stand
know.
it.
I've never
Just
been
be
the type-
100 across the
Like
board.
what you saying, like beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself,
Just because you don't
I
like
don't
a person
have
don't
like
mean
the
they ugly.
personality to talk about anybody in a
Me
negative
either.
way. You
Me
know what I'm
either.
saying? Like if my friends, and I do have friends, like if we going out and they ask me how something look, I'm not gonna tell you it look nice if it don't look nice to me.
But that don't mean you ain't got to rock it. You only got to look nice to
So
yourself.
my story time, and I do not want my friends to get mad, but it was just
Hey,
like
friend, don't get mad.
One of my friends was at some point like wearing wigs, and I hated the wigs. I hated them so much.
You should have told her.
I did.
Okay.
But she liked them still, and she wore them, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? And she'll show me every time she got a new wig, and like I'd be like, okay, that's cool. But when I would see her in it, like she'll send me a picture, and I'd be like, okay, it's cool. But then when I would see her in person, I'm like we had a conversation about it, and I was like, gee, like I gotta tell you, like I hate your wigs. Like they make you look like you older than what you really are. Like they're not the type of wigs that the lace fronts and stuff. Is a lace front different from a wig?
It's all fake hair, ain't it?
But they
fuck?
different
It's some
though.
shit
Yes,
you
they
put on your
different.
head, right?
They different.
They different.
Why?
I mean, the difference is the lace front get glued down or taped down in the front, and the wigs
you
just get
put
thrown
on. and
on.
Put off. Okay.
The wigs you can just put it on and take it off.
Okay.
The lace front needs
It's all
maintenance.
fake hair?
It is all fake
All
hair.
right.
But I
That's
guess
that's
it's,
all I
it's
need to know.
probably like the installment of the unit, right? That make it different. Because don't they call wigs and lace fronts units? Or they don't?
Why you directing that question towards me?
Because you just said you wear weaves and shit, and
I
she
wear
be telling you
sew-ins.
she don't
I
like
wear
the weaves.
wigs.
Oh.
Okay, don't get me wrong. I got locks now, but I used to wear sew-ins. I've never worn a wig or a lace front, but I used to wear interlocks and I used to wear sew-ins. So I knew about it then, but that was like 6 years ago. So
Y'all getting off topic
it's
though.
gotten so
Back to
advanced
these
now. I
friends
don't
not
know.
Right, her
telling they
wig was
friends
fat,
they
and you had
fat.
to tell her wig was fat, and she looked like an old lady.
It wasn't like that.
But-
We had a very healthy conversation about it, though.
That's good. Did she change her wigs?
No.
She did.
Oh.
She started wearing them.
So at the
That's
end of the
good.
day, women be
Judging
down
other
in
women.
women.
We be down
way,
other
way
women.
more than men do.
Not.
I'm not finna. I don't be down in no
don't down
other
women.
other women.
Y'all might not.
I
but
mean, I'm just
as a
gonna-
whole, women be on that with other women, especially if they don't like them. Then this bitch ugly.
I think
she
it's a
was
competition thing,
pretty when she was your
probably.
It
friend.
is.
Insecurity
Now
thing.
you don't like her and she ugly all of a sudden. No, she been ugly. That's why you should have been telling her that the whole time.
I think it's all
instead
about
of boosting her
competition.
kitty, talking about, oh, you fine, friend. No, you look like a bird, friend.
And it's kind of
Tell her that.
penguin
it's kind of
bodies.
sad because women we
Sorry.
already go through enough on our own, and we self-criticize ourselves, and we got all these different insecurities and emotions and ways that we feel. Why do we have to add to it? You know what I'm saying? Like women should be like in an honest way trying to uplift each other,
And
not
to go
throwing
along with that,
shade and doing any of that stuff.
I'm tired of these niggas telling these ugly girls that they ain't ugly.
They probably got a fat booty.
Stop lying to them though, because they be walking around like everybody want
Okay,
them
so
and
that's
they
what it
don't.
is. They got a fat booty, some big titties, and an ugly face.
I've met guys.
You heard Nelly's
that
song?
Always that have said that
must
they
be ass,
have
'Cause it ain't your face.
met like
Right.
women that are
Unattractive to them.
women that are not like in size unattractive. Women that are in size unattractive to them say that they like some of the most beautiful women because of their confidence, you know, just with how they present themselves.
I'm just
And
trying
see,
to figure out
don't
what you talking about me.
I'm not saying big. No,
Are you
it is beautiful.
fat or like are you a heavier
It is
woman? I'm
beautiful
trying to
women
I'm
of
trying to
all
refrain from using those
sizes, shapes,
terms.
colors, and everything.
offensive.
Like it is beautiful women of all of that,
I agree.
and it's women of all of that ain't beautiful.
Facts.
And
I
there's
mean,
nothing wrong with
think it's
not
beauty in
lying to the
everybody.
ones that ain't.
I
It
think
is
it's- I think
beauty in
it's
everybody.
It absolutely is. Like you was talking about the inner you and the outer you. Sometimes a
Right, because
motherfucker
an
be
ugly nigga
beautiful
can have a lot of
because,
confidence.
and that shit might be attractive than a motherfucker, right? It could be
Yeah.
the same thing with a female. It be big girls and they
That's what I
be
just
confident
said.
as fuck, and it be like, your confidence is sexy, but
Want some
You not personally, physically. Want some chicken? Anyway, so we got
I
got
like
down
chicken.
to it. We agree that women do
Down other women.
down other women more than men. So
I
how do
never heard a
we-
man down another man.
I've heard
shit.
dudes throw shade. Now I ain't
I
gonna
done
say I
heard-
never heard
Well,
that. Dudes be hating on each other, especially when it come down
And
to a
that shit
female.
lame than a motherfucker.
And
Like,
if they
the fuck
landing
is wrong
fucked
with
up?
you? You could check it
Dudes
out.
do be hating on other niggas, but
They do that shit lame than a motherfucker.
it's that word that I choose not to say on the pod. Okay.
Oh.
It's very weird.
It is weird than a motherfucker.
It's
They're
weird
not
activity.
wavy.
I done dated niggas, girls, and knew they wasn't shit. I'm not gonna tell her that. That's not my place.
Bro,
I'm not
I
gonna
had a
hate on you.
dude
I
tell
think it's
me
a
that a nigga
confidence
want
thing
shit.
because if you hating on somebody else
Well,
or you
I don't need
downplaying
to.
somebody else, you only doing it so that you could try to build
Boost
yourself up.
Yeah,
make
I
yourself
don't need
feel
to
better,
down you
look
to boost
good,
me
or
up.
better than this nigga. Like,
And if your girl hollering at me, then I don't need to down you no motherfucking way. Because clearly she sees something in me that she don't see in you that
or
got her
she saw
talking.
something in you that she saw in him too because y'all dated the same chick.
What?
Oh.
Or maybe she wanted me because I wasn't like that nigga. So I don't got no reason to down you.
Or
'cause
maybe she
clearly-
wanted you because she got tired of that dude.
Maybe, possibly. Yeah.
Oh,
So I
wow.
still don't need to down the nigga because I'm up next. I'm worried about what's up next
Talking about I'm up
than,
next.
than what
She gonna
ain't.
get
I'm
with the
just
next
saying.
friend.
I don't know, but yeah, I have heard that, dudes be kind of throwing
they
shade
do.
too.
That shit weird.
It ain't just a woman thing.
It's weird.
It ain't.
It's weird all the way around. Like, to be honest, I think it's enough room for everybody to get something, some kind of way. You might can't get what you want.
Especially
but-
men. That's why I understand it with men. Y'all
The-
outnumber us like 5 or 6 to
Yeah.
1. Why the fuck am I finna hate on you about this one chick when it's
But,
5 more?
Don't point
But
at
the
me because
variety,
you will hate
the
on the nigga about
variety,
me.
the
No, I
variety.
wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
Why?
You supposed to say yeah. On here, you supposed to say yeah. You would.
Yes, I would.
Oh, okay. Find yourself.
The variety.
Get yourself together. Get yourself together. Find yourself.
The variety.
Get yourself together.
I think of women, like, sure, the ratio of women to men are much higher on the women's side, but the variety, because dudes like varieties. So is it
Women
really
like
enough?
variety too.
Is it really enough?
Enough
we do,
women?
but it ain't enough dudes. Like,
That's
why
why
y'all
they mess
gotta
with
share.
married men.
Nah, let me
oh
stop.
my God.
That's why they be trying
They
to
both
go to
just said
married
the same
men.
thing, basically. That's why y'all gotta share.
That's why they be sharing. Oh
But
my gosh, I'm all sharing.
What about the
So clearly it
variety
ain't
though?
enough for women.
It's not enough if y'all outnumber us 6 to 1, like 5 to 1, whatever. It's not
Sure.
enough. Like, but and that don't even include. Not anyway. But the what's the variety thing?
The variety.
You think
size.
niggas just need hella
No,
variety?
no,
huh?
I'm just saying because if we
Size,
talking about that
color.
it's more of us than it is of y'all.
Yes.
Y'all like different things, just like you were just talking about fat girls or heavier women.
Heavy.
I
Let's stop
apologize for
saying
you
fat. That's not cool.
because it's
but
not cool, and I've been trying not to even use that word. But like heavier women or women with healthier bones.
healthier bones.
I had healthy bones
You
when I
big
was
bone
in my
bitch.
20s.
I just feel like you
I was a
steady coming
big
at
bone
me.
nigga my whole
I
life.
feel like
So
your bones are
husky. I was
feel
just
like I
telling
got
my
healthy
coworkers I
bones.
was husky.
You not
I wore
big,
husky
though.
I
pants.
feel like I got healthy bones. She said he said healthier bones. Like,
Why
Fuck
you
you
at
very
at
much.
sugar like that?
I'm not. She's taking it personal.
fuck you very much.
She taking it personal. I'm
Bad
just saying.
kids came from these healthy bones.
I'm just saying.
That man, you
not
ain't
even
had no
big like
problem.
that,
Somebody
bro.
love them healthy bones.
yes.
Clearly, her
Still
5
do.
to my 0. So hello.
Here you go.
I'm out here missing.
Now she
You
need
let-
her ego boost.
Can you boost me up, son?
She
Can I
need
get some
her.
juice?
She need her
Or some
ego
ham
boost.
hocks? Or
Which one of my baby daddies you want
Not one of
to
them.
give you some healthy bones?
I'm good. But like I was saying, dudes like variety. So I was trying to make a point that how women come in different shapes, sizes, colors, like how we act, how we dress.
We love all y'all.
So
Women like variety too.
I'm not saying that we don't.
Dreads,
They call locks.
locks, waves, a box,
Nigga been wavy
some little
before.
nappy stuff.
That Kate.
That little
Is that the
I'm finna say
sponge?
that
that little
Sponge
spongy
look,
stuff.
beards.
Beards, no
No
beards.
beards. You know I have to
Full
cut my
lips,
beard every once in a
muscles, little
while.
belly.
I be cutting my shit down because I be wanting to see my face just so people know I ain't catfishing.
Nigga, nobody
Who think
even
you
talk about
catfishing,
you.
Y'all know
How
how.
did you
Look,
just get on you? You
Look.
see how egotistical this dude is?
y'all know how.
As soon
y'all
as we
know,
said beard, he started rubbing his beard.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, so
it's
about
a little
me, though.
short right
you
now.
know,
But
I've been
y'all
trying
know
to
how-
see your face to make
No,
sure I
look,
remembered what
y'all
I
know
still
how,
look like.
Y'all know how what nobody fucking with Drake, right? Then the nigga grew a beard, and motherfuckers like, oh, Drake.
I still don't.
Is
fuck
he
with
still
Drake.
light skinned? They forget all about the skin color because people got well, not people.
But that's that catfish and
Montana
shit.
don't like
Like,
light
a
skin.
I
nigga
don't like
have a
light-skinned
beard,
people.
and y'all be like, he fine as hell. Then a nigga cut his beard, and it'd be
I've
a whole
always been a
different
I like
Drake
look.
light skinned
fan.
people, but
No
I wouldn't
beard
date a light
or
skinned
beard.
man. He might think he looks better
Damn.
than me. He gonna be like, bitch, I'm pretty too.
So let's get into this topic of how has the podcast been affecting your relationship?
All right, cut. And
You very much. Fuck you very much.
On the next slide.
We'll catch you all on episode 8 of Save It for the Booth. We out.
You will not do that.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. I mean, I'm probably the only one that could speak. Really, like I don't think it's affected any of my relationships, like friendships or. Well, I'm
Are you
single,
speaking
so
your
never
relationship
mind.
like
Yeah, she
or
said she's single.
just
We're speaking your relationship.
romantic
Significant
Oh, so
and your relationship
Kind-
with your
friends?
friends and close associates.
I'm still getting fucked. Next.
Preach. Nah. So I don't feel like it's affecting my relationships with my friends per se. Well, actually, I feel like it does.
Aww.
I feel because like on some real shit. Real shit. I'm sorry. Security.
This
All right.
is so impromptu.
Oh, that little baby gonna come in.
We gotta stop beefing outside the booth. Cause it takes away from my boothness because we always beefing. So I need
That
us.
ain't nothing
I
but
need
love.
us. It is, but I need us to be able to have a normal conversation, and I could be like, "Man, I'm just checking on you," and it ain't gotta turn into nothing deep. It don't gotta turn into a
She
back
be
and
like,
forth.
fuck you, nigga, check on these
I
nuts.
just need us to still have a regular friendship, so I don't have to feel like I got to be on that with her, and you don't have to feel like
Well, I
you
don't
got to be
feel
on
like
that with me.
though.
Okay.
When you text me and I respond, I'm giving you a response from me. That's how I feel. So as my friend, we've known each other for
'Cause y'all been
several
friends
years.
for a long time.
It's like you already know the type of person that I am. You already know that
Yes.
I'm naturally like deep, or I always go into a certain space within like my inner thoughts and I release it.
Okay.
So you taking it as
She be
beef.
coming.
I'm not.
This is
I
the
don't take it
reason
as
why.
me beefing.
This is the reason why. Not as beef, but when you
I don't
come
even
back
eat beef.
with your deep thought, and I say, okay, leave my okay to be okay.
No.
Exactly. Then
That's
it turned
not even
into
always the case, bro,
it's not
because-
always the
okay.
case. It's not always the case. But I need us to be able to just be like, "Hey, I was just checking on you. How you feeling? You good?" And you can do your deepness, and I could be like, "Oh, okay." And you
Okay,
let
these
me
nuts.
be. Don't come at me like that was hard.
First of all,
Like,
that was one
what?
time.
Yeah,
But
it was.
If you feel like this podcast has,
Ooh.
taken some sort of
I didn't know we was gonna get here.
turn,
Me
if you feel like this podcast has taken some sort of turn on our personal friendship,
Ooh.
then that's a conversation that we could actually like really have and talk about. I personally like.
Not a turn in a bad way. See that I don't want you to take this in a negative. I'm not saying like it's negative or it's in a bad way.
You want things to be as they were when we communicate outside of the pod.
Yes.
Okay.
And then when we communicate in the pod, we communicate, you know, how we do our shit.
Okay.
He's worried about
I
the
understand.
friendship.
I understand. So let me say that. I understand.
Mhm.
And I'll think about that. And from my perspective,
That don't mean we
I'm-
can't have our deep conversations
I'm
and shit.
able to. I've worked with one of my closest, like, best friends in the past at the time.
Mhm.
And I know how to separate business from pleasure. I know how to separate the two. So when you and I do have conversations outside the booth, I don't look at it as if we in the booth. I don't take it any type of way or personally or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't.
Like,
I mean, I don't really take much personal anyway.
You my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we good. So
Yeah.
when we in the booth, we do booth stuff. When we outside the booth, we hang out, and it is what it is. But I will take what you said into consideration,
All right, that's
so
all
that
I'm
way
saying.
I can continue to make you feel more comfortable and make sure that your panties don't bunch up in your ass.
Yay!
Thank you. I
You got on that
appreciate that.
song? You got on that song?
Nah, I don't wear those.
No,
I don't wear
I'm
those.
kidding, but you know I had to give it to him. But I got you though.
Wait, I had a different
They
perspective
crazy.
too. Like not just on that shit, but even in like on some relationship shit, I'm not gonna say it affected, but I do have to realize like
Y'all love each
certain
other.
shit I put on social media, I have to word it differently because I don't want her to feel some type of way, even if I'm not like. Even if I don't mean it, I don't want her to feel like the masses may see it this way. You know what I'm saying? So not like it like it's affected it, but just something I got to be conscious of. Like I can't say it this way because other people might perceive it a certain way, which gonna reflect on that.
Wait,
Man, say whatever it is you need to say.
Oh yeah, I am.
I don't know if it was episode 5 or 4, but I remember speaking in a third person. Cocaine said something that sort of went like, you gotta be aware of the way that you say things, because if you want people to receive it a certain way, you gotta know your audience so that they don't take it in a different light. Me and Punk was almost going to blows.
I'm gonna say shit how I want to say it.
But now, did y'all just hear what my man just said? Dudes, come on, somebody let me get something.
For my
because-
wife, I'll make an adjustment.
Yeah, but it's
For
the
everybody
same
else,
thing.
no.
You see how he just ain't gonna let me have it, y'all?
No, because for
It wouldn't be right if he
Have
did.
these
So
nuts.
it's
For
cool.
my wife, yes, I'll make an adjustment so she don't feel uncomfortable. For the rest of you niggas,
It's cool.
I'm not making
got
an
what I need. I got
adjustment.
what I need.
Yeah, you gotta take what you gotta.
All right,
You gotta
Montana.
take what you gotta take.
Montana, we gonna shoot with you. What you got?
What? Ain't nothing going on.
Ain't affected none of
She
your
said she still getting
relationships.
How has the podcast affected your relationships with your friends or your significant other or both?
I don't have no friends.
Your family.
My child thinks I'm nasty.
You let your child listen?
I didn't let my child listen.
I did that.
You gonna stop?
Oh.
She's
I didn't let-
21.
Oh, all right.
listen.
She 21. She 21.
Only thing she keep on saying is that I'm gross, and I already told you, like, everybody was texting me like I
Yeah,
eat pussy or whatever.
because a nigga
And then
like this gooch.
my
ate
relationship,
weird
I'm
ass nigga.
still fucking. He ain't going nowhere.
Say that out loud.
I'm still fucking. He's not going anywhere.
Say the last part.
He's not going anywhere.
All right.
Nowhere.
All right.
If he tries to go anywhere, then
Bring
I'm
that
gonna beat
ass
him.
here,
boy.
boy.
I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna beat him. He gonna get beat up before he leave. Wherever you going with a black eye.
Fuck, you better keep your hands to yourself.
You-
Oh
yes.
shit, my fault, dog. My
Yes,
bad.
don't touch me, punk.
Yeah.
We all like
Wrong
family
with you?
in here. I don't want you to think, you know.
Cocaine.
What up?
I need it from you.
Oh, I was first.
Yeah, she said she's single. It don't affect nothing.
have
No,
nothing.
yeah. She said I'm single. He
She's
don't really.
single.
don't have
I
to
forgot
think
that I
about
was
this.
single. I was like, oh shit.
She's single. She's 30 plus. She has no kids. Has a good
she go-
career. Head on her shoulders.
Your friendships.
I haven't.
Quick speed dating.
No.
You
but
feel
I
me?
know somebody has had to like perceive you a certain way or feel a certain way or something.
Yeah, missionary.
Stuff ain't just smooth and dandy. You ain't
No,
gonna
I
get away
honestly,
with
like,
that.
I really don't even know.
Okay.
I don't know. Nobody has expressed like anything. One of my homegirls was like, you know, you doing your thing. I'm proud of you, you know, stuff like that. But I think
But punk be getting in your
people.
ass.
So I do have one good friend. What you say, boy?
Boy, they think you an
One of my
asshole.
friends is like,
I'm
she
okay with that.
Nothing has changed, honestly. Like my life is still like how it was in the beginning. I know that. I don't know.
Ooh
I
la
think
la.
everything is what it is. It's all copacetic. I don't have no issues. So if I do, and somebody tell me something, I'll have more. But right now, everything's still wavy in my life.
Have you made anybody feel uncomfortable with the pod?
She just made me feel uncomfortable by saying that I have healthy bones.
Because
Not to my knowledge.
This Duece, and cocaine, she trying to cop out, and I can't let her cop
Full of
out
shit.
right now. I can't let her do it when clearly she said somebody felt the way about something.
In the beginning.
So you
Okay.
can't sit here and tell me that
Get her, cause she be trying to be on my ass like I don't be being rude.
It didn't change. It didn't change.
We ain't saying it changed.
There
That's
was a comment.
has anybody felt any
There
way?
was a
or-
comment, that was said because obviously it's called Save It for the Booth, if y'all listen to the intro, where lies become truth and opinions get the boot, right? So we transparent in the booth. So a lot of way I live my life is trying to like live in my truth and my reality. So in the beginning of the pod, that's what I was doing. When we were having conversations, I was speaking on things that were true to me. So somebody heard it and, just didn't know, So it's information that was given and provided to, the world basically. And it was the world first time hearing it, and it was their first time hearing it, and they weren't happy about it.
Good catch. Good catch. Good catch. Good catch.
Oh, I don't
Good
know.
catch. I don't even know what you just said. I don't even know what you just said.
She good at beating around the
Good
motherfucking
catch.
bush.
I got
Good
good
catch.
wordplay.
She good at beating around the bush. That's
I'm
all.
sorry. about?
I've been told that I got good wordplay.
You
but-
do. Fuck is you
She
talking about?
good at beating
Hey, I
around
be
the
like
bush.
this on the regular. Like, fuck is you talking about? Like, what did you just say?
I just said all
All
of this
this
and
and
nothing
and
at the
like
same
what?
fucking time.
And the world heard what the world heard, and the
I
world
need to
ain't like
take-
it.
I need to take my own advice when I be talking to Punk, because a lot of times when I say stuff, it's like
How can I get
only
out
I
of
can
this?
understand it, and I need to do better with when I present information to people.
I'm
that
so full of shit
it's not
right
just
now.
for me.
You're presenting something right
it
now.
sounds
that I
good.
Still don't know. What
Hey,
the
y'all gonna get off
what
of
the
me. Let's just
fuck
say
do you
that
mean?
Not,
Fuck
there
do
was,
you
There was
mean?
one person that wasn't happy with some things that was said on the first or second podcast. We
I ain't even
addressed
gonna
it, and it's
ask what
good.
was said.
But moving forward,
Don't ask. She ain't gonna tell
I
no
ain't
way.
even gonna ask what was said. It's like I'm dying to know.
anyways, we gonna wrap it up.
We gonna wrap it up. We ain't going raw.
I told y'all I don't do
I'm gonna
that.
stop using that line.
We ain't going raw.
Ain't no wrapping it up
I
for
don't
me.
know. Somebody gotta
Straight
go.
Philly.
I don't know.
Do you need to be? Should you be friends
I think yes.
before you get into a relationship, romantic relationship?
Yes. I say yes because, dang, my thought was so good and it left. But
Brain fart.
it is though. I think that
Them
I
bubbles.
think that it's important because like when
Dookie
you
brain.
friends first, it's almost like the representative don't exist. And I say almost, right? I don't know, but in my case, I always feel like I can be, I'm going to say in the past, right? In the past, I felt like I can be a better friend than I can be a girlfriend because the expectations were different for me, and I'm completely myself. When you get in a relationship with somebody, sometimes, you don't really pay attention to how you change, how you are. But if you friends first, it's more lackadaisical. It's more easy because there's no pressure to be a certain way or do a certain thing, no expectations that are laid on the line. But once you start like forming a relationship, it's like now you got expectations. I'm expecting to see you. I want this. I want you to be this way. I want to spend time. Let's go out on dates. Let's do all of this stuff. But if we friends, do you bust your moves? It's all good. I ain't tripping.
Facts.
And it becomes more complicated
No
once you
titles.
move into a relationship. But I think if you're friends first, you kind of have that understanding. You get to know this person without
You
them
know that
being
them
that
moves
without that
ain't weird.
representative. Yeah, but you jumping right into something like head first.
You don't even know this person.
You don't
know
them,
what they liable
but
to
you be
do,
so
how they liable to
excited.
act.
You be so excited because it feel good.
But
and
why
everything that
can't
feel
you
good,
just
you
grow
just
with the
want
person?
it all the time. You would think that that's that's how it should be, but that's
What
not
you
how
say,
it
Pump?
is.
Can't you just grow with the person? Y'all learn each other. Ain't that part of the journey, like learning one another?
But
That's
is
the
that
fun
always the
shit,
case?
right?
Is that always the case?
Because don't they say relationships get kind of dry after you've been around
But you
somebody
meet
so
somebody-
long and all that?
But and that's why when you go from being friends and you move into a relationship, that's a different stage now. Now you in a different place.
But we done explored a bunch of shit already because
But
we
if you
friends.
how much are you exploring that is going to be different from what you are going to explore when you get into a relationship? The same thing that you do,
We just gonna be fucking.
which is a big thing.
But the exploring
No,
and
it's
getting
not.
to learn each other and the newness and all that, you ain't got that shit no more.
Explain. Dive into that a little bit more.
I mean, and it's not even saying that like I believe you should just jump to the relationship because I don't. But on some devil advocate shit, when you start dating somebody, you like the process of going out to a place they like that you might not like, and oh, you showing me something different, you teaching me something, you did. But if you been friends with a nigga for 5 years,
5. Yeah. Or however
many years, it could be y'all been friends for 10, 15 years and just, oh, maybe we should do a relationship because we, I mean,
like
not
this
saying
so
this,
much, I
right.
want to like keep it going.
Not saying there's something wrong with that, but do you still have that same newness once you get into a relationship where you teaching me things, where you showing me something new, where I'm getting to learn the things you like and do shit that you
honeymoon
like that I
stage.
don't like? Like, does that exist at that point? Ain't that
think it
kind of a
can.
great thing about relationships? Like,
So are you saying this in agreement with it's okay to jump into a relationship before you friends?
I mean, I could see that aspect of it. I think you should be friends to an extent because it also, if you've been friends too fucking long, I might not want to fuck up my friendship.
I agree with that.
So it's like, and that's what I'm saying, like, you done been friends and I know you and learned this, and yes, you this great person, but do I want to risk a relationship where those other expectations are going to come into play?
Yeah.
Because now I need you to show up in a different way, and now I need you to be this, and when you're not, now it's like, oh shit. But then can we still be friends after we done had this romantic relationship? Am I gonna look at you the same like you just a friend, or am I gonna feel like
I don't
you
wanna
did
talk
me
to you
bogus
no more,
because,
and that's
or
over
I don't
with.
like this about you now because we took it to another level? Like, all that shit come into play. I do think you should be friends or get to know each other before a relationship, but I'm not sure you should go date somebody you've been friends with 10 years. You know what I'm saying? And clearly, if y'all was romantically into each other, y'all probably would have dated already, some shit like that.
Or maybe y'all were dating other people at the time though, and it just wasn't the right time for it to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all could be individually like in separate relationships but still be friends at the same time.
If you date a nigga you been friends with 10 years, you already wanted that nigga, and he already wanted you. I don't think it just pop up out of nowhere like, oh, we want each other now.
But you know
No.
what? I don't know. I don't agree with that. And I say that only because you know somebody for 10 years, whoever knows what time it started that y'all were friends or what age it started when y'all became friends. But the fact of the matter is, when you get to know you and this person get to know them and you experience it, you experience relationships outside of the like y'all friendship or y'all relationship, you learn different things. You might learn how to really do a relationship. So maybe when you get with this person that you've been friends with for 10 years, now you got a better grasp on how to actually do this relationship. Maybe it wasn't meant for you to go through those things that you were going through with this other party, with this person. So now y'all can possibly have a successful relationship because y'all were friends first. Now we can move into something more, something deeper, because the lessons that we needed to learn, we learned them with opposite parties.
Damn, that was a lot.
Yeah, but loving me romantically and all that ain't the same as a friend.
What if it's just a friend of y'all smashing?
What about it?
I
Is
ain't-
that possible? Can you fuck your friend and that be it?
Yes.
For
Well,
men,
no.
yes.
I'm about to say, hold on. now.
No. I'm gonna say okay. I changed that. No, cause nope. I'm just gonna say nope.
Okay, so what was the original question? Was because that was a lot that I just said, and I
You
completely
did. You
just
said a lot.
Jumped off the boat.
I don't even remember.
Oh,
The original question was,
should you be friends first? Montana,
first?
you was quiet over there. Should you be friends first?
I couldn't. Well, I was gonna talk while y'all talking. Should you be friends 1st?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, for a little while.
Okay.
For a little while. I ain't gonna say I'm finna be friends with a motherfucker for 5 years.
10
and then,
years. That's a long
Or
time, but
5 years, 10 years. I'm not finna be your friend for that long and then think we finna be in a relationship. No, because then it can come to like I done seen you interact with other chicks or like
what if it's distant friends?
what you mean?
What
Like
if
we
it's
just
somebody that you don't communicate with, like
On a regular,
consistent basis,
but we friends?
Y'all friends, but you don't communicate with them every day. But maybe y'all talk and y'all catch up and y'all check in with each other, see how you doing. Like this we good.
No, I still probably not gonna want to be with you
And why is that?
because you my friend and I don't want to mess up the friendship.
But how do you know how much of a friendship did you really have if it was only based off of like basic check-ins here and there? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was never like we had this friendship where we were like all like we were going out, we were hanging out. You know my family, I know your family, but we just friends. It wasn't like that much time.
Let's leave it like that.
Okay.
Let's leave it like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Let's leave it like that because like that's if I know your family and you know my family and it ain't no expectations. Like we've been friends and whatever we talk every once in a blue moon. You check on me, I check on you. Then I don't want to mess that up. I'm gonna want to keep it just like that.
And that shit
Even
get
if I do feel like I'm not with nobody now, so I could possibly be with him or whatever his name is, my friend. Like, no, that's my friend. And I want to keep it as my friend.
Because what do you do if shit don't work out?
Then we
And
can't
this
be
nigga
friends no
around
more.
Family, he know your family or she know your family, so
Lord
that mean they can
Jesus.
just have them. Oh, you coming to kick it, and it's like,
Lord Jesus.
then what you do? Now you got to be around a nigga that you might not want to be around because y'all went to a place that y'all shouldn't have went to. Shit,
This cuts
especially
very
if
deep.
being friends was cool.
Do you want to?
That
Do you
that
wanna,
cuts very deep because
expound on
my
that?
friend, my old friend, I'm not friends with him no more. But my family is still friends with him.
Our story time.
My family is still friends with him. We tried to
Yeah.
go there, but
It ain't work out.
it didn't work out. And I still tried to remain friends, but
It ain't work out.
he didn't want to be my friend no more.
So it ain't work out.
It didn't. But
he
he's
still be around.
friends. Yes, he's still cool with my kids. He's still cool with my siblings.
And
And
that shit kind of awkward, ain't it?
it's not awkward because they know not to have him around me.
Oh, so y'all don't be around each other.
No.
Oh,
But
okay.
the friendship. But were you and this individual friends before, or was it always a friendship that y'all just decided to take to another level, but not to a relationship? Y'all just took it a little step further.
We took it a step further, but we were still friends.
Was that an understanding between you and this individual that y'all were just friends? Did both of y'all
I
have
thought
that
it was an understanding
So the
because
answer's
I
no.
understood.
But that's
So
the
the
thing.
answer's
You
no.
can't go
They
from
love him.
you can't go from being friends for some years and then start fucking and it not be a relationship because then it's like you already been friends. The only real thing after that to make it a relationship is fucking.
Does that conversation need to be had though?
Yes, it's
Okay.
communication always needs to be had.
Yeah.
But in reality, what's the difference in your friend and your man? You and your man fucking.
Yes.
You could talk to him about all the shit you should be able to talk to your friend about and
Yes.
all of that. But the difference is y'all fucking.
Yes.
So once you cross that boundary with your friend, not always, but 9 times out of 10, the expectation is, okay, you've been attracted to me in this way. We vibe, we get along, we've been friends. Now we fucking, so we finna do this relationship thing.
But no, I wasn't on that. I wasn't
Obviously.
on that at all. I wasn't on that at all. And I voiced it. I wasn't on it at all. I'm not on no relationship. No.
I think that a lot of us get ahead of ourselves when we do meet somebody, and I'm just reiterating this because I think it's important. Like, we meet somebody and we super wavy and we having a good time and we enjoying a company and a space and they make us feel good. On both sides. Hold on, let me
I was
finish.
just finna say, because I ain't giving nobody no representative now. You
But
getting
what
all of
I'm
me.
saying, like, we everybody's feeling good in this party, right? The man, you gonna get us cut off singing that now.
Oh, my fault.
You know we can't do that. I keep counting.
I'm sorry.
Hey, did he say something about edges in that song, though? Okay,
Edges?
never mind.
What?
So like I was saying, I think that because stuff be so exciting in the beginning, when you meet somebody and you have so much in common with them, and spending time with them is good, and they doing everything that you like and you doing everything that they like.
Yes,
You
happy
get
face.
so like engulfed in those moments and in that time that you just want it all the time. But you forget about being friends with them. And I think sometimes the relationship just kind of happens without knowing that it's happening. Sometimes. Because when you get so used to being with somebody, y'all together all the time, and sometimes the conversation doesn't happen, and it should. This is just things that I've seen, things that I've read, things that I've known.
The conversation should happen,
I'm
when it
saying-
don't, we
I'm
ain't just
saying-
ease into no relationship.
I'm saying it should
Yes.
though, but I think that's the issue.
Oh yeah, it happens.
That's the issue, cause all of a sudden now it's like we together and we know like.
No.
But a lot of women and some men too have that perspective. Like that's what they be feeling.
Yeah,
And
they
even
be
though
tweaking.
we don't have a conversation about it, it's like once somebody start moving different, now it's the issue. And it's like, okay, so if I'm not feeling like we in a relationship because we never talked about it, you were feeling that way because of how we were moving though. But when I start moving different or doing something differently,
That's on they dumb ass.
now it's like
That's
I'm
on they dumb
like-
ass. That's on you being dumb. That's on you being dumb. If I ain't say nothing to you, if I ain't say nothing to you about, if I ain't say shit to you about us being in no relationship, nigga, we just fucking. Like, leave it at that. Like, leave me. Hey, I'll call you. Don't call me. I'll call you.
Okay,
We just fucking. Like, that's on you if you feel like we in a relationship. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's on you
Again,
how you
so
feel.
like
If you
I
like
was
my
saying,
vibe
though.
and I'm wavy or whatever, then that's on
why you
you.
gotta do the movements like that.
That's on you.
Hold on, Sugar Montana.
She did just
Hold on. But
wavy.
Wait, catch for me. Catch for me.
Right. There you go. Fuck. It ain't on me that you feeling the way that you feeling. That's on.
that kind of was Punk take with that.
If it ain't been
I think
discussed.
I think that was episode 2 or something.
Something like that. Yeah, how females
yeah.
be thinking they just no. We need to have a conversation.
Or kind of like when y'all was talking about relationship shit. So do you keep that same energy?
I'm gonna keep that. Look, I'm not gonna say that you my man if we didn't have this discussion.
I agree.
If we didn't have this discussion that you my man, then you not my man.
I agree.
You for the streets.
And don't be
And I
telling
can-
me I act like I'm your man, cause
And
I don't.
No, cause no, it is what it is. It is what it is, and it is what it ain't. So if we just fucking, we just fucking. Period.
If we spending time,
If we
spending
spend time with each other, we Netflix and chill. Then we Netflix and chill, watch movies, whatever. But we don't go together.
And
I
think
didn't
that's-
ask you.
that's
You
like
didn't
a
ask
thing,
me.
though. You know what I'm saying? It's like I think in probably now in the older generation, like in this generation, I don't know what it's called. 'Cause
They
it's
go
like
together.
X, L, Z, like all of those. I don't know what our generation is now. But a lot of times that's how it just moves. It just moves into that space. And
No,
some
it don't
people-
just do that.
No,
it don't
listen.
just do that. People
And
want it to
some-
just do that.
But I'm saying the same thing though. Listen to what I'm saying though.
Okay.
Because those situations happen without communication behind it. And that's why you see a lot of the posts that you be seeing from women
Bitter.
that be down in men, or women like you said that are bitter because situations move into that space. And a lot of times we take things that people do more than versus what they say.
And
but if it's not said,
Dumb.
if it's not said, which is a lot of times why I'm talking about this generation, sometimes things just happen. It goes into play.
The worst part of it all is people thinking just because you had sex,
We go
that
together.
it mean more.
It's not just the sex though. It's not just the sex.
I understand that, but a lot of times once sex happens, people think something else got to come behind that.
I agree.
No.
But that's not where I was just sitting at with what I was saying though.
If
We're
we
talking
have
about sex, we're
conversation,
talking about spending time together. We're talking about doing things that are relationship based.
if we
And
ain't
you
established
had
that we in a relationship, we ain't in a
I
relationship.
agree.
What
I'm not
is your
disagreeing
definition
with
of
y'all.
relationship
Wait,
based?
I'm not disagreeing with y'all. I'm just talking about doing things as if you're a couple.
And that's why
it.
I asked the question.
What do you
is
do with your wife?
relationship based?
The same thing that you do with your wife.
Well, that's his
What?
wife. That's
What
like,
do you do with because it's the same thing.
So you if that's the case,
we had
then
a discussion though.
if that's the case,
I'm
hold
talking
on,
about
hold
when
on.
there's not a
So
discussion
so
that was
me
had.
watching
if it's
TV.
not no discussion, then they dumb. If it's not no discussion head, then it's like
Wait,
your
wait, wait,
brain
wait,
is
wait.
something loose in your brain. If we ain't had no discussion, if I don't have no discussion with you saying that we're together, we're not together.
So
I
wait,
I
wait,
don't want
wait,
you to
wait.
think that.
So
I
what
understand
she's saying.
that. I do.
So relationship things is things I do with my wife, right?
It's things that you do with someone that you're in a relationship with. Sexually, making plans together, going to dinner, staying the night at someone's house, or even moving in with somebody, like whatever it
Don't
is.
take the moving
But
in out.
like-
Take
yeah,
the
that's
moving
why
in out.
that's why
But
you.
those are what y'all gotta understand what place I'm coming from. I'm talking about generations now, right? Sometimes things happen with certain people where it just goes into play.
Okay,
and I'm
listen.
saying that that's an issue.
Listen to the question for me. What are relationship
I
things?
just said
Because
what it
when
was.
you're saying you're doing these relationship things with people, if I'm talking about moving the fuck in with you, yeah, we in a relationship. I'm not
'Cause them
talking
But
about.
can you do
but-
that without
but
having a conversation?
listen to what I'm saying. But you can't mix that up with a friend. Like
Can
that's
you
not
do
something.
that without having a conversation with somebody? Without having a
No.
conversation about being in a relationship?
No, how?
I don't know.
How
I'm
can
just
you be
asking.
like, yeah? So
I'm
we
just
looking for this
asking.
apartment, woo woo, but
But it-
we
it-
ain't together. We ain't talking.
But
That-
it's happened. This is
Who the fuck doing
I
that
don't-
dumb
look,
shit?
I know people.
Some retards.
You just going out
It's
getting
not- it's not-
apartments
it's
and
not
houses and like,
retards.
yeah,
It's
baby,
not
move
retards.
in
There's
because we
a gap.
friends, but now we together
There's a
because I
gap.
bought a house.
There's a gap
What?
in society where people live
to meet these
based
people.
on actions, not based on words.
That is extremely sad. That's extremely
It's
sad
a
to
lot.
me.
It is,
It's
but
extremely sad to
it's
me.
like that
Hey, because the same
sometimes.
thing that you just said that people do in a relationship, like relationship things, that's the same thing that you could do with your homegirl. That's the same thing that you could
I
do with your
agree.
friends.
I
Oh,
agree.
except for having sex. Unless you
So, but no,
Unless you and your
but,
friend.
but then
Unless you
that,
down
but
with
Unless
then
you're-
no,
you know.
but this goes into the platonic shit because if you could do all this with a friend and there's no conversation, why the fuck I'ma think you should be able to have male platonic friends? You might just
Factuals.
ease on into
you're
some
a fucking
shit.
relationship and I'm sitting right here thinking
And
you
I'm
with
supposed,
me, but you
we're
with your
going to the
friend.
book club. Yeah, you enjoy
He
that
ain't
book
gonna let
club
that- he
shit,
ain't gonna
right?
forget
Now y'all
about
finna
that
ease
book
on
club.
into a motherfucking
Now y'all finna buy the
no,
house.
now.
No.
I'm just saying,
And that's why I'm asking what's
This
relationship
generation does
things
a lot of
because
strange drugs.
Yeah, okay, I wasn't saying that.
That's why they think
that's-
like that, though.
That's
Like,
why
how
I'm
you-
asking. I'm thinking you saying relationship things like we go to the movies,
That's what I
we sit up
said.
and watch show, not moving in together.
Well,
not
I added that in, but like
Because
relationship
that's-
things is things that you do when you in a relationship with somebody.
but those same things you do with friends. You go to the
Yes,
movies
you
with
go to the
friends. You go
movies,
to
you go
dinner with
shopping,
friends.
you
I
plan
agree.
Y'all
vacations.
go-
I agree. I'm steady putting this mic to my chin.
Because it's
Like
long.
it, never mind.
Why y'all do? Don't.
Slap me with
Okay,
it.
I need y'all
Okay.
to calm down.
Ooh, put it on your lip. Okay, no, no.
Okay, we know what y'all gonna do when y'all get home.
Anyway,
I'm thirsty.
but It's just I don't know, like the relationship thing. Shit, I don't
We
think
got
you could
somebody
ease into it.
commented. They said she is speaking on people who lack experience when it comes to being in a relationship. That's why the bullshit occurs.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying though. Like I'm not. It happens. Like I'm not disagreeing with y'all. I'm just throwing out shit that's like that naturally be happening.
And I'm
I don't
saying
know
that
why.
I'm saying
but-
that it happens because
We got to start speaking about some IA
They're
shit, cause
dumb.
the
It
yeah,
is our age stuff though.
it's 35-year-olds
Who?
doing shit like
I
that.
ain't 35.
me either.
Okay,
I'm not
it's
30. I'm
whoever
35.
Yeah, I said me either.
motherfuckers
Wait, you
over 30.
35?
We had this conversation.
Oh.
People over 30 doing this. Y'all easing
it-
into relationships. Y'all, we friends and start sleeping together, and now we buying
But you know,
houses
I
without
think-
talking about this
Here's the
shit.
thing. Here's the thing though. You have to understand too that some people don't want to communicate certain stuff. Some
'Cause
people
they
don't want to
childhood
have
trauma.
Some people don't want to have those conversations.
What
Some people don't care about just letting things flow. Like some people don't think about that type of stuff.
You
That's
cannot
weird.
you cannot just let things flow from a friendship to a relationship with zero conversation. I don't care how much action you think is behind it. It's too much that goes into a relationship.
I don't disagree.
Too many
I don't disagree.
expectations change. I need you to do this in a certain way. I need you to do
Get
that
them
in a
kids
certain.
off that bus.
You can't just. Oh,
I'm
you gonna
mad
ease
Montana
into this
using his
shit.
voice this whole time. I'm gonna just throw that out there.
Y'all
but
just gonna hire
we gonna
kids and not
that
talk
later.
about it too.
No, I mean, listen.
That's what like
You
you can't ease into that shit.
It's happening.
If you
though.
30 plus doing that, it's something.
Again,
Your
though,
childhood
the same
trauma.
the same women that you
Mhm.
follow, the same women that you follow that be making those posts are similar women, men, individuals that run into situations like this. That's the
need to meet
reality
these
of it.
people.
It don't make sense to us
So I
because
can
it's not
ask them
something
how.
that we would naturally do. It doesn't make sense to us in our minds. But understanding that communication conversations is difficult for most people. Some people roll off of feelings like, yo, this shit feel good. So I'm
So we together?
gonna keep rolling with how it
So
feel
in
good.
my
I'm gonna
mind,
keep rolling
together.
with it.
Yes, roll with it.
Without any type of conversation behind it though.
And
That's
then
how
that's
some
how
people
your
Then
lie.
you
feelings
ain't in
end
a
up getting hurt.
relationship. You're
I'm
not in
just
a
saying.
relationship. You rolling with what you rolling with, but
In
it
your
ain't
own brain.
it ain't a
got nothing to do with me.
relationship.
Listen, I'm just saying this.
Then you gonna
these
have
are
people
things
talking
that,
about-
that be happening though.
We didn't have a conversation about me being a father. No, I'm not a father. You can't just roll into certain shit.
So now you understand. So when you look at certain things, like I talked about them posts, or we talked about men being deadbeat dads or women making decisions based off of this and that. Now you understand because there's a lack of communication that be happening in the world with so many different people. That's the issue right
Hey,
there.
don't fuck without no condom if you don't want to have no baby.
But that's what I'm saying.
So
though.
ain't
Like,
no need no
people
ain't no
make so
communication
many-
right there. That ain't no communication right there. You fucked without a condom. Now we finna have a baby.
People make so many decisions in life, relationships, love, everything without even having a conversation based off of assumption, based off of feelings, based off of, oh, well, I assumed that this was that.
Why?
So I think the biggest thing here, like what we really know it is that communication is lacking in our society. Like not even communication. Let's talk about like active, like communicating. Yeah. Active communicating, active listening, active understanding, and all of that.
Okay,
Because
so I'm
that's the
glad that
biggest
me and
thing.
my dude had a conversation. I'm glad it was a conversation had because I swear it went like
Yes.
this. It went like
No.
this. You finna be with me? We together now? All right. Don't make me whoop your ass. All right.
And see if that worked for y'all, that worked for y'all.
It did.
But I'm like,
Hey, what does don't make me whoop your ass mean?
Don't make me whoop your ass. You play with
Where
me,
you
I'm gonna
get-
whoop your ass.
what does play with you? Wait, nope. Don't shoot. Don't, nope.
You feel like that's a clear line of communication?
I bet you he understand.
And see,
Oh, you doing the ass
but
whooping.
see, that's
See?
that's what
No,
I'm
I'm
saying,
not.
though. When we talk
No, I'm
about
not.
the lack of communication, because
No, I'm
just
not.
like just
Right,
to get
because
it,
at first
to
we
get
was
into
just
this,
at first we was just smashing. At first it was just a smash thing. At first it was just a smash thing, and then no,
y'all wanted more.
Yes.
So we need to talk about this.
So we had a
not
conversation.
just roll into a relationship.
We ain't just roll into it
But
like,
a lot of
hey,
people
we
don't
together.
have that mentality to
And
do
that,
that,
like I
though.
said, that is sad. That's
It's-
extremely sad.
Very.
But when, like what we talked about earlier, when we were talking about childhood traumas and things that people don't necessarily realize, like understanding why is that okay? Why? And we can't sit here and like down somebody for choosing to make that decision or say that it's sad or, you know, it's dumb or whatever. It don't make sense to us. It don't. But the
it don't.
fact that it makes sense to them to do that, they got to understand why are they choosing to do that. It's a lesson. It's a journey that people have to take so that they will understand that.
Again, how
Because
would you even know though?
we talked about it earlier.
We won't. Okay,
when
so
you
it's something that we don't.
learn-
It's something that we won't even know about other people and how other people think because that's their thought process.
Sure.
That's their thought process to think that they could just roll into a relationship like, oh, he fucked me and it was kind of good.
But
so
we wasn't just
we
talking
go
about
That's
together.
that.
my man.
We
That's
wasn't.
my
We
man
wasn't.
now.
We wasn't just talking about smashing though. We wasn't just.
But
saying
it basically
that.
like that's what it ends up coming to because
If you ain't smashing
can
and
be-
you got a
I'm
friend,
saying
And that's
that
your
are you
wasn't
going? Is that rolling into a relationship?
That wasn't the
Up top.
bulk. That wasn't just the top.
That's
That wasn't
when
the whole
things
thing.
But
transition.
that's exactly
you
when
can
it
do
transition
all
because
that
that's
other
where
stuff and
emotions
just
come
be
in at.
friends. That ain't when emotions come
I
in.
was
Emotion is
But-
emotions do come in with sex.
I didn't say it don't. That ain't when it come in though. But you can do all that other shit with just a friend. What is
Right,
gonna
so is you
make
gonna
you
wanna
feel
be
like
with
you're
your-
in
you
a
can have
relationship?
sex with the friend too, right?
Is
We
you
said
gonna
that,
be?
right?
Is you
Clearly
gonna
not.
want to be with your home girl?
I don't know.
What's
I mean,
gonna-
Montana said
You and your best friend spend time together. She's a girl. It's a girl.
Sure.
Dude, you gonna think that y'all in a fucking relationship?
Is that gonna roll into a relationship?
Y'all finna go buy a house?
Isn't
y'all finna buy a car?
Isn't friendship a relationship?
Yes.
Here you go with that.
It
bull.
is. But is y'all gonna end up? Is y'all gonna end up
Saying.
together? Is you gonna think that y'all two together?
Like in a romantic relationship?
Yes.
Yes. Is y'all
Oh,
finna
so
go buy a house?
specify. Probably
Specify.
not.
Okay,
Well,
then.
listen,
So
I
it's
don't-
only
Probably
with a man.
not.
It's only with a
Or
man and
nah,
woman dynamic.
like,
Wait, calm down.
You ain't talking your way out of this.
Either
Probably
man
not.
gonna think it, either
Or
man gonna think it, or the woman gonna think
Y'all
it.
have to
but it only be
understand.
happening after you bust a nut. When you
Okay.
bust a nut,
Y'all-
and it's
okay.
that feeling you feel good from that. Then he took me out to dinner. We went to Chili's, got a 2 for $20. Oh, we go together now. He got my nails done. Oh, we go together now. No.
I don't disagree with what y'all saying.
But I know
don't.
what you're saying. Like, it's people out here that
It
think that they can just
is.
roll into a relationship.
not without
Yes.
sex involved.
And I said it's not without sex involved. I agree. It's not without sex involved.
Sure, yeah, no
Because
problem.
sex is mental.
Like y'all both turned like squared up.
I
on
mean,
me.
Because you
Because
said some
sex is-
weird shit
because
that
sex is
like
mental.
you.
I'm only saying stuff based off of like things that I read, people that I know.
So it's people
I'm
out
only-
here that be
it-
rolling into relationships, no
Yes.
sex involved.
Listen, no,
Uh-uh.
That's what
I never said that.
Oh, I was just gonna say.
I never disagree with anything that y'all said.
Oh, okay, case closed.
But I been said that. I said that a long time
I was just
ago.
trying to figure out. You
You
was like
still
it ain't
said
had
some
nothing to do
weird
with.
shit.
Yeah, you
You
said it ain't
said
had nothing to
something
do with
weird.
sex.
We didn't just get
I
triggered
said
for no
that-
reason.
No, y'all
Both of
did.
us at the same
I
time.
said that wasn't like the end all of what I was saying. Like y'all made it seem like I was saying sex was the only thing, but that's not what I was
I
saying.
ain't saying
at
that sex
all.
was the only thing. I'm saying like you could spend
When
time
I say
with anybody.
active listening is a thing, it really is. Because I wasn't really saying that wasn't all I was saying.
Talking in circles now. Now
She good at that.
now that you brought up trigger.
Who, Montana?
The person that be beating around the bush.
Don't put that off on me.
Bringing up the word triggered. I like how you said we both can't be triggered at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
They could,
It's
though.
got to be you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's possible.
Do you want to discuss the group chat or?
We can.
I
We gonna discuss. We gonna discuss this topic, this conversation real quick, honestly, because and we gonna wrap it up after this. But I
It's
feel
gonna be
like
quick.
so. Cocaine, posted a group of topics that I was thinking about one night, and the next morning the gang got it. And so I was asking, which one did everybody want to talk about? So after I posted the group or the list of topics, I then posted another one about relationships. So Punk went and said, after I asked, what do y'all want to talk about? Punk went ahead and said the one not about relationships. The one not about relationships. So I said, okay, well, which one do you want to talk about? And so, first of all, with Punk responds saying the one not about relationship, mind you, I literally sent a list of like 7 to 8 topics. So the meme that I posted was about relationships. So I knew that he wasn't talking about that one. With my question saying, which one do you want to talk about? I was talking about the list. But instead, he said the one not about relationships. But I posted 7. So I said, I'm just asking for clarity. Okay, which one?
No, that ain't what. No. See, this is where the fuckery come in, because Duece commented the post is still about relationships, or am I missing something? If you knew, why would you say, which is why I asked for clarity? If you knew the post wasn't about relationships, you knew I wasn't talking about what he was talking about. So now that comes off like you thinking the same thing he thinking.
So communication, we always talk about, is important, right? So
yes.
when I asked originally, which one are you talking about? You literally said, before Duece said
the one not about because
right,
I meant
there
the whole
was 7,
list of shit.
But
the
when we
whole
pod, we
you
talk
sent
about
it as
3 topics.
you sent it as one text. So I meant that one text that you sent.
Okay, can we finish the story though? You didn't finish the whole story. Okay.
I felt like Punk got triggered in some type of way. He felt like people were ganging up on him when I was
Because
literally-
there's more comments
when I
like
was literally
it
just
literally
asking.
has the word relationship in the post.
That was from Duece though, but I asked.
and you was exclamation pointing and shit like
because
you was in
didn't
agreement.
clarify the one when you originally responded,
Hold on.
Punk. You said the one, not about relationships.
So
Okay.
why are you clicking on shit if you know I'm not talking about the post and he's clearly talking about the post? Why would you agree with that? You already know I'm not talking about the post. So instead of you saying which one from that list or whatever, you agreeing with him when he's talking about the post.
So when I asked which one, the last one, the post, you said the one not about relationships.
The last one, the post, is the same fucking thing because it was the last thing you sent.
When I asked you which one, the last one, right? Question.
The last
Could you-
one,
could
the
you-
post.
Was it too hard for you to choose one of these topics? As you can see that there are spaces between, so you know it's not just one because each one are different. They're not
I
about
didn't
the
want to
same
choose
thing.
a topic. I was
So
speaking
you
of the
couldn't-
whole
so you
shit,
couldn't
not
say-
about relationships.
So you couldn't say that. You couldn't say that.
I couldn't say what?
What you just said.
The one not about relationships? I did.
No, you couldn't say.
The whole list of shits?
No, you couldn't say what you just said. You said I didn't want to choose one. So you couldn't just say I don't know which one. Because I asked you. I said
No.
which one, bro.
The reason for that is I'm thinking as one as this whole big ass text you sent.
That is about
was-
different things?
But that was the one I'm talking about between that text and your post. That's two separate things to me.
Punk, just admit that you was a little horny and hungry.
I wasn't though. I really wish that's what it was. That's an easy fix.
Punk ain't
but
gonna, I mean, that whole thing was like wild to me.
it was. But see, it was all shits and giggles.
Okay, just
Everybody
say
was
that-
laughing
just say that
at
the
But
me.
at the end of the day,
Yeah.
Punk had to say, because I'm right when I'm right. So pretentious, right? When it's at the end of the day, it was a miscommunication. So if
Yeah,
somebody,
just say that
if
it was a
somebody asked a
miscommunication.
specific question, I said which one. You had to be a dick and say
Ooh, a
the
dick.
one, not about relationships. Instead
How
of
was
like,
I being a
instead
dick?
of saying like,
So the
okay,
way I looked at it, I'm being a dick.
The way you looked at it in your own perspective and not really
Who the fuck
at it.
perspective I'm supposed to look at it in?
You're supposed to read the whole thing. It's like you only read one thing.
No, I read the whole thing. That's the point. It was a list. It was one text though. So I'm saying
different
if
topics.
I'm saying we should talk about the shit and give a different perspective than relationships, all that shit had nothing to do with relationships. So clearly I was talking about that. That makes sense to me.
But it was too hard for him
You
to point
sound-
out one.
I don't even know what you talking about.
I think they just want to know why you was like so spicy. You was like real spicy.
Because both of you niggas was coming at me.
Who?
How? In what way?
We was just trying to understand.
That's
No,
it.
when
That's literally
somebody
all it was.
nah.
He didn't like the exclamation point.
No, but it's shit. No, it's nope. No. But if I'm saying the one not about relationship, and then somebody like the post about relationship, am I missing something? Okay.
I'm asking you if
The
I'm missing something, so
post.
tell me
I-
what I'm missing.
I
You
get.
Did you ever tell me what I was missing in that?
No, because
I clearly didn't
before
know.
I responded.
Instead of like clearly telling me, you just started going off on some crazy.
No,
random-
but that's because before
I'm
I
like, what the
responded,
hell?
it's a
He went off
which
on
is
a
why
tangent. Hold
which is
on.
why I asked for clarity. Then it literally has the word relationship in the post.
Hold on,
But
so let me
I
read what he
shouldn't feel
said,
No
though.
way
He
about
said-
that.
Yeah,
That was
He
before
said-
I even,
so
that
he
was
popped
before I
off.
even responded.
He popped off. He goes.
get to the bottom of
He
that,
said-
boy.
This when
And
I
this
gotta
is
be
when
a
I
nigga.
gotta be a nigga, because the first thing she posted
Says
said
nothing about
relationships.
Am I lying?
It was 7
Am I
different,
lying?
Right?
7
Am I
different
lying?
posts.
Hold on. Am I lying? It
7
wasn't. It
different
was
posts.
one fucking bubble, one text. Did any of it talk about relationship?
These
You was
Am I
hungry.
lying?
You needed some tacos.
Am I lying?
I feel like you thought both of us was ganging up on you.
He did.
Yeah, I
He
did.
did.
Both was confused from our own.
She just said she wasn't
Crazy
confused.
how y'all pay attention to context
But-
clues, but
She
didn't.
know which one
Ooh.
out of those, and I didn't know who sent that one post. I thought you sent it.
I mean, and I get
So,
you saying that
It wasn't like we was in tandem trying to get at you, but
But
that's how you
that-
was reacting.
because that's how it comes across when y'all back and forth, and I ain't even responded yet. Like you saying why I didn't answer the question. She coming with her shit, then you come with some more shit. I ain't even had
All
a chance
I said
to
was that
answer.
you was horny and you ain't getting no
I
cutty.
ain't talking about you yet. We ain't even got that far down. But
Oh,
it's-
okay, don't
it
talk about
look
me.
like y'all both coming at me.
Yeah, I think it was just miscommunication.
Don't come at me, though.
It was
It was
absolutely
defense.
miscommunication,
It
but if I feel
it was
attacked,
defense.
yeah, I'm
It
gonna
was
get on
he
that.
felt
Right.
attacked. He felt
Case-
all the
I'm gonna
stuff
get
that
on
was
that.
like-
We all would like to thank you for listening to Save It for the Booth. Got another episode coming very soon. Until next time, guys. Bye.